Great, we are working on the sentence combining workbook. We're going to be working with the conjunction if, and you will be starting with page 93, but first I want you to follow along with me on that green page right before page 93. So, conjunction is a word that's going to join ideas. We see that root word junked. We know that we're joining. And a conjunction, different conjunctions serve different purposes, and that helps us understand the sentence that we're reading. So if we see the conjunction if, we know that it's telling us that idea 1 depends on idea 2, or idea A depends on idea B. One thing is depending on another when we see the conjunction if, okay? It tells us that something must happen before something else can happen. So here are a couple examples. Example 1, we are not going if it rains. So this sentence means that going somewhere is going to depend on the weather. It's going to depend on if it rains or not. If it rains, we won't go. If it doesn't rain, we do go. Number 2, you will be sad if your toy breaks. So the way that you feel is going to depend on if your toy breaks or not. You're going to be happy if it doesn't, sad if it does. This depends on the outcome of your toy. Sentence 3, or example 3, let me know if you see my lost dog. So this sentence means that you should let me know, but only if you see the lost dog, if you find my lost dog. You letting me know is going to depend on if you see the dog or not. All right, so I'm going to work on page 93 with you, and I want you to follow along with me, listening to what I say, pausing the video so that you can stay on track with me, okay? So on this page, the example is going to say, the first sentence is going to mean that in order for this first part to happen, the second part needs to happen as well, okay? All right. So, number 1, I'll go to the store. So in order for this to happen, this has to happen first. I'll go to the store, I can find my keys. Well, in order to go to the store, I need to find my keys. So I'll go to the store if I can find my keys. Idea 1 is going to depend on idea 2. Problem number 2. I will get an A. I need to study for the test first. In order for this to happen, this has to happen. So I will get an A if I study for the test first, okay? And it wouldn't make sense to say, I will get an A if I need to study for the test first, because we know that we're saying that this has to happen in order for that. We can take off the word we can take off the word need to, because if is signaling to us that in order for the A to happen, you need to study. So I will get an A if I study for the test first. Sentence 3. We will have the party outside. It has to be hot outside for this to happen. So the way that this is worded is already telling you that in order to have the party outside, the weather needs to be hot. So sentence 1 depends on sentence B. Sentence 2, sorry. We will have the party outside if it is hot outside, right? If it is hot outside. We don't even need to say if it is hot outside because we're already saying outside. We'll just say we will have the party outside if it is hot. Sentence 4. Aria asks questions. She does this when she doesn't understand. So in order for questions to be asked, it's because Aria doesn't understand. So Aria asks questions if she doesn't understand. So when you're combining these and figuring out where to put if, and you're figuring out what words you don't need, ask yourself, what do I need to mention from the second sentence that will impact the first sentence? So the first sentence only happens because of something in the second sentence. Number 5, my mom said I can get a pet. I have to pay for it myself. So my mom said I can get a pet. This will happen if I pay for it myself. So my mom said I can get a pet if I pay for it myself. Right, so that is page 93, using the conjunction if, which means that idea 1 depends on idea 2. Something needs to depend on another in order for it to happen. So you can pause the video, and of course, please make sure that you're using the COPS checklist for every sentence that you're writing. Make sure that your sentences are capitalized, they're organized, they're punctuated, and they are spelled correctly.